What's up guys, my name is Jimmy Champagne and today I'm here with my review of Dead Shack. It's a new zombie movie from Raven Banner Entertainment and it's directed by Peter Rick. It stars Lizzie Boys as Summer, Gabriel LaBelle as Colin, and Matthew Nathan Mahood as Jason. And they all go up to an Airbnb with Colin and Summer's dad for the weekend and he brings his girlfriend along. So once they get to the cabin, the kids want to go exploring because they're teenagers. You know, you want to go explore this cabin that you got on Airbnb. It makes sense. So they get to the neighbor's cabin and they realize pretty quickly that something not really that good is going on. She's all decked out in armor and they soon realize that she has a little horde of zombies on chains that she can control. It's pretty fucked up. Something else I really like about this movie is that it never explains where the zombies come from. I am so sick of zombie movies coming up with original ideas about where the virus comes from, because at this point it's not original and it never makes sense and it never adds up. And the more you think about zombies, the more stupid they are in your brain. So I appreciate that this movie is just like, hey, this lady's got a little horde of zombies, they're in her house, and that's how it is. You don't need to know anything else other than that. Also, because this is a horror movie shot in the Canadian wilderness, and this is a trend now, it looks amazing. The shot work is on point. There's a ton of landscape shots. A lot of the movie takes place outside, which is super smart, and I love the winter setting. It's just kind of somber, and it works really well for a zombie movie. So even though it's a horror comedy starring a bunch of teenagers, it's actually pretty slow-paced and deliberate. You can tell that they went for something more nuanced here. And while I don't think it totally works, the soundtrack does it a lot of favors. It's by Humans. It's a super low-key synth soundtrack that's kind of jazzy. It actually reminds me a lot of Blade Runner, and it almost feels like disorienting to hear it, but you get used to it, and then I ended up actually really liking it. So the biggest thing dragging Dead Shack back despite its deliberately slow pace is the fact that the editing just isn't really that great. There's a lot of scenes that start too early and then too late, and there's conversations that should be quick and snappy, but they just aren't. I wish that a little more time went into making sure that each scene was edited properly. I haven't really had this problem in a movie before, and I can tell that they left it in because they wanted this movie to be slower paced, but in the end, it just kind of comes off a little sloppy. Even though the movie looks and sounds great, it just doesn't feel like the editing is up to par with everything else. But yeah, like I mentioned, the writing is really good and the kids have great chemistry and they deliver their lines really well, so it kind of makes up for that weird editing, which is good. I was actually surprised at how much I ended up liking the kids, especially since when you search for a trailer on YouTube, the first thing that pops up is a proof of concept trailer from their Indiegogo or Kickstarter page, and Finn Wolfhard is in it. You know, the kid from It and Stranger Things. I don't know why he didn't really end up in the final movie because it doesn't show its budget at all and it looks really good and it's very high quality, but for some reason he wasn't, and the kids that are in it totally make up for it. They did a really good job recasting his character and I have no problems with how it turned out. And thankfully the money from the crowdfunding campaign was put to great use because there's a ton of practical effects in this movie that look great. There's a lot of blood, there's a lot of gore, you see a lot of weapons making contact with zombies, and everything just looks awesome. Also, I love that the kids use like football gear as armor against the zombies, and it totally comes in handy and it's believable. And I gotta give the movie major credit for making the zombies dumb as hell. Seriously, when you watch The Walking Dead, when you watch any zombie movie, you know you could take them on because you're so much smarter than them. The movie has a lot of confidence and it gives that to the kids because even though they're teenagers, they're totally able to take on these zombies and outsmart them, because at the end of the day, the zombies are just stupid and this movie understands that. So yeah, at the end of the day, weird editing aside, Dead Shack is awesome and I'd love to see it in a theater because I feel like it transcends its home entertainment VOD status. I don't say that a lot about movies that I'd like to go see them in a theater, but this is one that I'd gladly see again. It's hard to find good teenage actors, it's hard to have a compelling zombie movie in 2017, and it's hard to do practical effects right on a very small budget, but Dead Shack does it all really well. This movie's making the festival rounds right now, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's on home entertainment pretty soon. So yeah, that's my review of Dead Shack. I hope you just checked out my review of 1922, the new Stephen King movie that comes out this Friday, but if you haven't, you can click right here and check that out now. Anyways guys, my name is Jimmy Champagne and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.